Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Send double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. I send much peace, love, and salutations to Yakim after pushing the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, sincerity and truth. This is Brother Ariella. This is going to be a quarterback Lambback. I'm going to just Lambback my quarterback, head of a Great Millstone, Dallas, Elder Yashawamba, on a lesson that he did in the news, one of his in the news series. I'm pretty sure you brothers know Remnant Saved. Check out the page. This particular lesson, he was talking about the villain and the victim and how Esau is going and using propaganda, which is what I want to highlight because all of this stuff is propaganda. He's been building up over the last couple of years to make himself, be the victim. Now the so-called white man is under attack and it's unwarranted. Everybody hates him. They're losing their way, and they're trying to justify the evil that they're getting ready to bring on the earth, man. And just like Elder Yashawamba talked about in this video, that Revelation 12 and 12 is about to hit of Esau coming down with great wrath, knowing that he have but a short time. But I just wanted to come on the backside of this and talk about what propaganda is, because Esau is getting ready to launch war all across the world. We see what the small hats are doing. We see the framing of things that are coming from South Africa. We see the framing of things all on Twitter X of how Esau is putting it out there as if he's the one that's just ultimately under attack. But just like Elder Yashawamba said in this lesson too, but in all actuality, when you look at the major cases of destruction, death, rape, robbery, and murder, who's committing it out here in the world? It's the Edomites. And it's not even close. The Edomites are pillaging the earth. They're not just attacking other people. They're attacking the environment, the ecosystems of the world, of the earth. They're attacking all living things. Right? And that's just facts. And now that information has been pushed all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, now Esau wants to go on the defense, This is Psalms 59 and 12. It says, for the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them be taken in their pride, for cursing and lying which they speak. That's all they do. That's all they do, man. They set up, and that's what we see being set up right now is propaganda. I'm gonna play a little bit of this just to kind of give a little bit more on it.
Make sure you subscribe to this elders page and be edified. Okay. The nerve of Babylon, Trump ambush South Africa president. All right, listen to this. All right.
Violence is on the rise overall in South Africa, but the deaths of white farmers is attracting the most attention due to their brutality. They often involve torture and sexual assault. 32 were killed in 2024, 50 in 23, and
32 in 2024, 50. Let's rewind that.
You would think that there was hundreds of thousands of people being killed. Listen to this.
People who do get killed, unfortunately through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are black people.
Violence is on the rise overall in South Africa, but the deaths of white farmers is attracting the most attention due to their brutality. They often involve torture and sexual assault. 32 were killed in 2024, 50 in 23, and 43 in 2022. The president...
You heard those numbers?
Hear the numbers? That's not even talking about thousands of people. That's only... Wow, that's less than 100.
We had tornadoes kill more people than that over here in the States. The tornadoes are more racist. The tornadoes are over here in the Midwest are killing more so-called white people than the South African radicals. But this is high level propaganda that you're looking at, because they're able to use their media and broadcast things on a worldwide scale and paint a picture that they are being oppressed, that this has to be stopped, that they are under a threat. You really would think that tens of thousands of these people are being just ran out in the streets, killed, having a throat slit, women being ravished. They're talking about 32 people and 28 people. Absolutely madness. Absolute madness, man. So when we look at this word propaganda, I typed this into Grump. I put, what is propaganda and how has it been used to start wars? It says this: propaganda is the deliberate spread of information, often biased or misleading. And this is what we see in Esau's media right now: biased and misleading information. It says to shape public opinion and behavior. It's typically used to promote a specific agenda, manipulate perceptions, or rally support for a cause, often by appealing to emotions rather than reason. And this is exactly what's going on when you watch this elder's video. You see Esau using propaganda to formulate opinions and basically pry on people's emotions rather than reason. You know?
Yeah, and we don't advocate for those to go and take vengeance of their own. We know that vengeance is the Lord's, but you're going to have certain people that are going to react to certain things, and they could just be making that up, but they're making a big fuss. Meanwhile, what are those small hats doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are those small hats doing, man? Again, this is nothing but iniquity and mischief, man. This is Job 15:35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity. In their belly prepared deceit. That's
propaganda. That's propaganda. That mischief and that deceit is propaganda. You know? Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. They're using these little clickbaity things so they can move forward with an agenda for the MOTB. They want to completely eradicate those Palestinians out of that land and take it over. All right. They want to attack Iran, and they want to get you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans that are rebels out of the way. So they have to be the victim. Right? It says this. It's typically used to promote a specific agenda, manipulate perceptions, or rally support for a cause, often by appealing to emotions rather than reason. It can take the form of media, speeches, posters, or social media campaigns, and it's been a tool in politics, war, and social movements for centuries. Historically, propaganda has been used to start or justify wars by demonizing enemies, stoking fear, or fostering nationalistic fervor. And that's why you got the MAGA movement that's so big right now. And he's going worldwide with it. And they want to, it's not about make America great again. It's make Esau great again. It's make so-called white nationalistic ideology great again. We colonized the world. We civilized everything. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have paved roads and other nonsense. You'd be still living in a hut or a teepee. If it wasn't for us coming and rape, robbing, and murdering everything, things wouldn't be better. They want to push that sentiment. All right, we're gonna go over there in Palestine and in the West Bank, and we're gonna clean it up. There's gonna be hotels, casinos. What if the people don't want that crap? But we're gonna make it better. It says this: World War I. Governments on both sides used propaganda to mobilize populations. In Britain, posters and news stories exaggerated German atrocities, i.e., the rape of Belgium, to paint Germans as barbaric, encouraging enlistment and public support. In Germany, propaganda glorified the military and framed the war as a defense of cultural superiority. These campaigns dehumanized the enemy, making war seem necessary and urgent. All right. World War II. Nazi Germany's propaganda machine, led by Joseph Goebbels, was particularly effective. It portrayed Jews, Slavs, and others as existential threats, justifying aggression like the invasion of Poland. In the U.S., propaganda films and posters rally support for the war effort by emphasizing Japanese and German threats post Pearl Harbor, framing the conflict as a moral crusade. Gulf War propaganda played a role in building public support for U.S. led intervention in Iraq, the infamous incubator story, where Iraqi soldiers were falsely claimed to have killed Kuwaiti babies, was spread by a PR campaign, later revealed to be tied to a Kuwaiti lobbying effort. See, this swayed Western opinion to support military action against Saddam Hussein. So it's just fake news propaganda. That's what, and we're going to see this ramp up more and more and more, and there's going to be more propaganda against the Israelites. Like Elder Yashwamba was pointing out, they're going to use vocab alone to go on Fox News, CNN, and be the ultimate, commentator on all things Hebrew Israelite. He's going to go in there and say, yeah, I've been studying these guys for years, I've had many personal conversations with these guys, and pull out his charts. See, this One West ideology is very aggressive. They're going to use all types. This propaganda is going to be pushed harder. It says modern conflicts here. In the lead up to the 2003 Iraq War, claims about Iraq's weapons of mass destruction, WMDs, were heavily publicized by U.S. and U.K. governments. And I remember that, man. I mean, we all, the brothers that are a little bit older, they had all the Karens, everybody scared. Weapons of mass destruction. At any time, you can just kill a whole city. Media amplification of these claims, later found to be based on flawed intelligence, helped justify the invasion. Similarly, in ongoing conflicts like Ukraine, Russia, both sides use state-controlled media and social platforms to frame the other as aggressors, rallying domestic and international support. Propaganda works by simplifying complex issues into us versus them narratives, often exaggerating threats or fabricating incidents. It exploits fear, patriotism, or moral outrage to create a sense of urgency, making war seem inevitable or righteous. Social media has amplified this in recent years, allowing rapid, targeted dissemination of narratives as seen in conflicts like Syria or Yemen. See? And so these type of events, these type of things that the elder's talking about is going to be pushed at a higher pace. What was done here to the South African president was a high form of propaganda. They brought him over, set him down in a room, turned the lights down low, then start playing audios of old rally cry that's been age-long rally cries against the invasions that was happening to their people. Right? Now the whole world thinks, oh man, they want to murder the whites in South Africa. And when you look at the numbers, ain't nobody dying. Ain't nobody dying. But Esau wants to take control. Esau wants to take control. Okay? This is what they do. Right? Isaiah 59:4 says, none calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. They trust in vanity, they speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. And this is what's happening, man. As they're getting ready to roll out this MOTB, they're trying to take over the whole Middle East. All right? And in different areas around the world so that they can secure their superiority. That's what they want. Proverbs 17:15. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination unto the Lord. And that's what we're going to see, especially against those calling on the name Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. There's going to be a condemnation of the just and a justification of the evil and the evil people that's being pushed around the earth, man. Okay? So, yeah, I just want to Lambback, my quarterback here on that, man, and talk about propaganda And because this is a big thing that's going to be coming and increasing, and now they have the means via social media to make it happen quickly. So we're going to see more and more of this, man. You know, the only thing we can do is stay in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and that's where our protection is. But with that, man, I'm going to say, call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to the Akim out there pushing the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, sincerely and true. Shalom.